As of February 11, 2025, President Donald Trump has announced the imposition of a 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports, effective March 12, 2025. This move aims to bolster domestic production and safeguard industries deemed vital to America's economic and national security. The tariffs apply universally, with no exceptions for allied nations. However, countries like Australia are seeking exemptions, hoping for reconsideration from the Trump administration. In response, Canada has announced a two-phase $155 billion tariff package on U.S. goods, with the first phase imposing 25% tariffs on $30 billion worth of imports, effective February 3, 2025. The European Union has also criticized the tariffs and is considering countermeasures. The United Kingdom, however, has decided not to join the EU in retaliating against the U.S. tariffs. UK officials prefer to negotiate an exemption, emphasizing the importance of maintaining free trade with the US. These developments have significant implications for international trade and could affect various sectors of the economy. The recent imposition of a 25% tariff by the United States on steel and aluminum imports, effective March 12, 2025, is poised to have significant repercussions for Canada's economy. As the primary supplier of these metals to the U.S., Canada faces challenges that could ripple through various sectors. Analysts predict that the tariffs, coupled with potential retaliatory measures, could lead to a 2% reduction in Canada's GDP. This downturn would shift the nation's economic outlook from a previously anticipated growth rate of 1.8% to a contraction. Inflation. The increased costs of exporting to the U.S. are expected to elevate consumer prices within Canada. Projections indicate that inflation could rise from the current 2% to approximately 2.7%, as businesses may pass on the higher costs to consumers. Employment. The economic slowdown may result in job losses, particularly in industries directly tied to steel and aluminum production and export, such as things like beer cans, streetlights. Energy. The U.S. has imposed a 10% tariff on Canadian energy resources. Given that Canada supplies 20% of the U.S.'s oil consumption and provides the heavy crude oil essential for numerous American refineries, this tariff could disrupt the energy sector, affecting both economies. Automotive industry. The North American automotive sector, characterized by its integrated supply chains, is vulnerable. Components often cross the U.S.-Canada border multiple times during production. The tariffs threaten this synergy, potentially leading to increased production costs and disruptions. In response to the U.S. tariffs, Canada has announced a two-phase $155 billion tariff package on U.S. goods, with the first phase imposing 25% tariffs on $30 billion worth of imports, effective February 3, 2025. This move aims to counteract the U.S. measures and protect Canadian industries. Despite these challenges, the Canadian dollar has shown resilience. Factors such as rising oil prices and skepticism about the full implementation of the U.S. tariffs have contributed to the loonie's strength against the U.S. dollar. The U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum imports present significant challenges for Canada's economy, affecting GDP growth, inflation, employment, and key industries. The situation underscores the intricate economic ties between the two nations and the broader implications of trade policy decisions. President Donald Trump's recent imposition of 25% tariffs on Canadian imports has significantly influenced Canada's political landscape. Initially, the Liberal Party, under Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, faced declining approval ratings due to economic challenges and internal leadership disputes. The opposition Conservative Party, led by Pierre Poilievre, appeared poised for a substantial victory in the forthcoming elections. However, Trump's aggressive trade policies and provocative rhetoric, including suggestions of annexing Canada as the 51st U.S. state, have sparked a surge of nationalism among Canadians. This resurgence in national pride has unexpectedly bolstered the Liberal Party's standing. Recent polls indicate a narrowing gap between the Conservatives and Liberals. especially with the potential leadership of figures like former Bank of England Governor Mark Carney. The political discourse in Canada has shifted from domestic concerns, such as the carbon tax, to issues of national sovereignty and the country's relationship with the United States. Both major parties are now reevaluating their campaign strategies to address these evolving voter priorities. In summary, Trump's tariff policies and annexation comments have inadvertently unified Canadians, reinvigorated the Liberal Party, and reshaped the nation's political dynamics as it approaches the next election.